Welcome to Ring Talk.
Caysen, coming in with something different. We like that. We like different.
We are different.
We're certainly different. I would say that. I think everybody would agree.
Are we built different or are we just different?
I think we're just different.
Okay. Well, this is Magic Tyler. I'm Caysen Smith. And if this is your first time listening, this is Ring Talk.
Ring Talk.
Where we talk about WWE.
WWE.
And today we're going through the shows. So today is Wednesday, and we recorded on Saturday. So we have to go through Night of Champions. Got Raw. We got NXT.
Mm-hmm.
Got to talk about those. I think we're probably going to spend most of our time on Night of Champions.
On Night of Champions.
And we're just going to talk about how wrong we were.
For about 50% of it, I think.
Yeah.
So, kick it off, Night of Champions. We had Cody Rhodes defeating Randy Orton to win the King of the Ring final.
Yeah. To be honest, I didn't like how it ended. With the only reason he won was because Randy went into the turnbuckle. I feel like Randy could have kicked out of that.
Well, so throughout the match, you were seeing hints of heel Randy Orton. He was wanting to go for the punt.
Yeah.
He was wanting to use a steel chair.
He didn't do it.
He didn't do it though. But you saw that in his head. He wanted to do it.
Saw the voices.
Mm-hmm. So do you think we're getting close to a heel Randy Orton turn?
As much? Yeah, I guess so. I guess we'll get it at some point. I really think we want a heel Cody more though.
Yeah.
I also think it's kind of stupid how they make Cody kick out of the RKO twice. It's kind of lessening the finisher. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's making it less sacred.
Yeah. Well, nonetheless, Cody Rhodes is going on to SummerSlam.
Yeah. For
a world title opportunity.
I'm guessing John Cena.
Oh, yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, most likely.
Next
was a street fight. We had Rhea Ripley versus Raquel Rodriguez.
Which is another match that we are completely wrong about. With how she won. We were right about Rhea Ripley winning.
No, I think I chose Raquel.
We both chose Raquel, I mean. Yeah, we were completely wrong about it.
Because we were like, Roxanne was going to get involved, which she did. Roxanne got involved, but Rhea Ripley was able to thwart that attack.
Which, I mean, like, she got on top of a table.
But hey,
that was on top of the turnbuckle and did a riptide.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, like...
Let's not lessen Raquel Rodriguez. Great performance.
Yeah. She did great.
Fantastic.
I love this match. Yeah, it was a great match.
Next, we had Sami Zayn defeating Karrion Kross. Karrion Kross finally getting that PLE match that he rightfully deserves.
And he lost.
And he loses. Comes up short to Sami Zayn. But this will not be the end.
Yeah, because on Raw.
We'll
talk about Raw. We'll talk about Raw.
But a solid match in the end. Sami Zayn
comes out on top.
Nothing crazy about the match. Like nobody getting involved or anything.
Yeah.
Straight up match. Nothing wrong with that. And Sami Zayn come out on top in the end.
This is a match
we were both wrong about. But it's something that you had mentioned. I remember we both chose Jacob. But you said that there was a possibility you could see Solo winning because you didn't see this rivalry ending at this match.
Yeah.
You were like, I see this rivalry going on later.
The SummerSlam.
I could possibly see Solo maybe winning this match. Here he is.
Yeah, I should have said Solo, man.
Mm-hmm.
Should have said it.
Because you had JC Mateo coming in.
Tonga Loa,
and a new guy.
New member.
A new member. I don't know his name yet. But it's another like Toma something, I think.
Hooray.
Freaking
another name not gonna that we won't.
I can't keep all these guys. Dude, there's too many Samoans. I can't keep them all straight.
Just recently got in probably 2 months ago. I finally got the names right.
Yeah, I finally understood who was Tonga and who was Tonga Loa.
And now we're having...
And now we got a new guy. We got JC Mateo we have had
at least JC Mateo, that name's different than the others.
Yeah,
you can actually
this guy, another guy, we got a freaking... I don't even know. However, Solo Sikoa, new United States Champions. First main roster title.
First singles,
finally.
Singles, main roster title. By the way, the new member is huge.
He's a big boy.
Big guy. So I'm ready to see. Is Tama Tonga out of there? Is he still hurt or something?
Yeah, he's still hurt.
Yeah.
So the next match was the women's Queen of the Ring final. Jade Cargill defeating Asuka.
Yep. Which we saw coming.
Yeah, because I think we're going to see her and Naomi maybe go at it. I could see Naomi cashing in. Jade Cargill wins the title maybe at SummerSlam.
Yeah. Against
Tiffany Stratton.
And then Naomi cashes in. I could see that.
And that furthers that rivalry even more. Main event time. Undisputed WWE Champion John Cena versus the best in the world, CM Punk.
There's a lot that happens in this match. First, we get CM Punk kicking out of almost everything.
Yeah, both men kicking out of everything, going back and forth.
Yeah.
You know, this felt very much like 2011.
Yeah.
John Cena, CM Punk.
We see John Cena grab the title, and for some reason he doesn't use it.
Because the ref gets knocked down.
Yeah.
He's gonna go for hit him with the title,
and he
stops himself.
Which is very weird.
Is we seeing maybe some goodness still left in John Cena?
It was strange.
Yeah.
It was really strange. But then Seth Rollins comes out.
Seth freaking Rollins.
Which was insane. He comes out there to basically beat up CM Punk and John Cena.
He was mainly there to make sure that CM Punk does not win the title.
But in the middle of this, he kind of was like, you know what? Bring the ref out.
He's got a ref.
The ref's running in. John Cena
takes him out.
Yeah, absolutely trucks him like Derrick Henry.
Sends Charles Robinson flying.
Poor Charles.
Yeah.
He's done so much for this company, and he gets treated like that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he gets absolutely trucked. John Cena basically gets in Seth Rollins' face, have them go at it. John Cena, attitude adjustment.
Mm-hmm. And eventually we get a face-off between Punk and Cena again. And they shake hands.
And then hug. But then we see John Cena do the same face that he made.
For Cody Rhodes. That's the exact face.
Yeah.
That's it.
Here, you do your try. Hey, rate which face is better. Oh, he's still going. Oh, okay.
I don't know how to describe it. It's almost like he kind of sinks his shoulders down a little bit and really sits up straight and really just like puts his head forward.
And he like knows where the camera is too. He always looks at the camera.
It's almost like it's planned. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But he goes for the low blow. Punk catches him.
Yeah.
Doesn't allow it to happen.
He was going for the GTS.
Mm-hmm.
But John gets out of it, and Seth grabs a briefcase.
Boom.
Right into CM Punk's face, and he stomps out CM Punk. John Cena throws Seth Rollins out of the ring, pins CM Punk for the win.
And that could possibly be the last time we see John Cena and CM Punk lock out.
I think it is.
Not a bad match.
Which, once again, another title defense better than the main event of WrestleMania.
Wow.
You know I'm right.
What did you think of Night of Champions as a whole?
It was a solid lineup of the show.
It was a good show.
I think it was a good show. Yeah, I'd say 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10?
8.5 out of 10.
8.5 out of 10, we'll take it. Alright. Anything else you want to say before we move on to Monday Night Raw?
I don't know. There's some things I want to say about Raw, but we can go to Raw and talk about it there.
So Raw was a lot of setup.
Yeah.
So, new rivalries. We're getting ready for
Saturday night's main event.
And Evolution 2.
Evolution.
So the night kicks off. Rhea Ripley
and Io Sky.
Io Sky challenges Rhea Ripley to a match,
which is interesting.
The champ is able to choose her opponent for Evolution, and she chooses Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley says she's going to take Io out.
Yeah.
She's not going to stop.
Which is very bold of Io, but I respect it.
Mm-hmm.
I respect it. But, yeah, so after that we get a little segment between the Judgment Day in the back.
Mm-hmm.
And basically just
AJ
Styles.
Yeah, so AJ Styles needs a title match against Dominic Mysterio. But Dominic's got that doctor's note. So
Yeah.
he can't touch it. Styles even put on the glasses.
Yeah.
And read it.
Just to say something about Dominic to roast him a little bit. But
Mm-hmm.
anyways.
We also had the Judgment Day talking to Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis about the women's tag team titles. Liv Morgan obviously hurt. They want to give her tag title to Roxanne Perez, which Adam Pearce agrees to. However, they have to defend those titles at Evolution in a fatal 4-way tag team match.
One Raw team, one SmackDown team, and one NXT team.
What teams do you think those would be?
Let's
start with Raw.
Raw?
If you were to book it, who's the women's tag team you'd throw in there from Raw?
What tag teams in Raw?
We got Natalya and Maxine Dupree. They're the new tag team.
Okay.
As far as I know, they're really the only other women's tag team on the Raw side.
I'm thinking, this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking for Raw, they're going to like have some like new tag team maybe.
So I'm gonna think it's going to be Natalya and Maxine Dupree.
Okay.
Because they're the new tag team on that side.
SmackDown?
You want to go SmackDown?
SmackDown, I think it's going to be the Chelsea Green's...
so Secret Hervis. So
Secret Hervis,
But just a combination of one of them. Chelsea Green and maybe Piper Niven.
Right.
On there. Former tag team champions.
Yeah.
NXT.
I have no clue.
Well, we just had the new team of Tatum Paxley and Izzy Dane.
Yeah.
We'll talk about them a bit when we get to NXT, so I can see them being thrown in there.
That's a good point.
However, back to Raw, the first match of the night was a tag team match. Great tag team match.
Championship match.
Yes. The New Day defending against Finn Balor and JD McDonough. The crowd was into this match, and they were definitely on the side of Finn Balor and JD McDonough.
Did you hear their new song that they played?
Mm-hmm.
Their new theme song? They're actually basically a new entrance with what they had in the beginning. That was pretty sick.
In the end, we got new champs.
Yeah.
Finn Balor, JD McDonough. Once again, tag team. Finn Balor, people need to realize how many times this guy has been tag team champions in the last few years.
He's insane.
He's been tag champs over and over. He's like a 4 or 5 time tag team champion just in the last few years.
Which is insane. Congrats to Finn Balor and JD McDonough.
Finn Balor and JD McDonough.
Big old head JD McDonough.
Big old head. Hey, he did his part. He did great in that match.
The moonsault and then the coup de grace after. They didn't cheat for it, right? They just won.
I think they straight up won. It was weird because it was a
heel
versus heel team, which is weird. But the crowd was definitely on the side of the Judgment Day.
Yeah.
Next match, Sheamus against Rusev.
Overall, a great match.
Back and forth match. 2 big men just beating the heck out of each other. In the end, Rusev
pins
on top.
Pins Sheamus. He doesn't do the accolade because Sheamus escapes the accolade. Mm-hmm. They get up on the top rope and he hit his neck on the turnbuckle. Remember that? Because they took the padding off.
He took the little padding of the, I don't know what you call it, but the kind of the connect between the little turnbuckle and the post. And he pulls him into it.
Kicks him in the face. Mm-hmm. What's it called? A Moscow kick or something?
Something like that. It looks like it hurts.
Matcha kick.
In the end, he gets kind of in Sheamus' face and tells him, he's like, little brother's grown up.
Yeah.
Rusev's grown up.
Yeah.
He's not that guy anymore that we saw last time.
Which is, they had mentioned this during the match, 16 years since Sheamus' debut in ECW.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Before I started watching wrestling.
Yeah.
It's 2009.
It's like when I was 2 years old.
Yeah, you were pretty young. Next was Gunther coming out and basically just roasting Goldberg.
Yeah.
Before he is then interrupted by Seth freaking Rollins.
Yeah.
Seth Rollins saying he's telling him he was coming for all world titles.
Yeah. He was basically saying, hey, I wasn't going to cash it on John Cena. I was making sure CM Punk didn't get it. And
he's like, you better watch your back too.
Yeah.
Because I'm looking at your title just as much as I'm looking at John Cena's
And then CM Punk comes out, chasing out Seth Rollins. Mm-hmm. And then even whenever Seth Rollins is in the crowd, Gunther...
LA Knight.
Oh, I was going to say Gunther tries to grab CM Punk. CM Punk shoves him to the ground.
Shoves him to the ground. Gunther's not going to take kindly to that.
I mean, he didn't do anything about it.
No, we'll see.
And then LA Knight beats up Seth Rollins.
Yes.
And that sets up Saturday night's main event with Seth Rollins and LA Knight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next was Bayley versus Lyra Valkyria. This was after they had their issues the week before.
Yep.
Ended in a double pin because the winner was going to take on Becky Lynch at Evolution. Looking like we're going to get a triple threat match.
Probably. And
so,
they're gonna.
They end up fighting after the match and everything.
Beating each other up.
Mm-hmm. So most likely we'll get a triple threat.
Sounds about right.
Earlier in the night, we talked about how Karrion Kross was not going to be done with Sami Zayn.
Yeah, beats him up backstage.
Hits him with a big old pipe.
Yeah.
Those ribs. But Sami Zayn has to wrestle in the main event. Tag team match.
Penta,
Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed,
Zayn.
Sami Zayn, and Penta.
Yeah.
In the end, a great match back and forth, but in the end, it was Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed that stand tall.
Isn't their new name like Braun or something like that?
It should be.
Yeah.
Yeah. After the match, so Seth Rollins had already left at this point.
Yeah.
They had said he'd already gone on a jet and left. So after the match, Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker, they're not done with Sami Zayn and Penta. However, Jey Uso comes out.
Jey Uso comes out. This is his first appearance, right? After he loses
Since
the title?
losing the world title.
Yeah, I think so.
And he chases him off with a steel chair.
Yep.
And that's how Raw ends.
Solid Raw. Solid.
Lots of setup we're getting for both Saturday night's main event and Evolution. That's going to be a big weekend. So that weekend, there's going to be NXT Great American Bash, Saturday night's main event, Evolution. That's Saturday, Sunday.
Which weekend is that?
It's not this weekend, but the next.
Okay.
It's a week from this weekend.
Sweet. Excited for that.
Mm-hmm.
And now we got NXT. The meat.
The meat. NXT kicks off with Trick Williams on commentary, and then it's Joe Hendry defeating Wes Lee.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
Heck yeah. Next was a segment between Luca Cristofino. He punched his way out of the D'Angelo family. He punched both Tony D'Angelo and Stax.
So I'm guessing he's going to be on his own
He's
now.
going to be his own man.
Yeah.
His own man. Gotta respect that.
Gotta respect that. Sometimes that it builds you a name, you know?
Next was a match between Miles Bourne defeating Lexis King.
Yeah.
Big win for Miles Bourne. It's looking like they're looking to make him a top guy.
Yeah, they're really pushing
this next year. He's going to be a top guy. Next is Laney Reed defeating Thea Hale. So Laney Reed hits like a big jumping knee strike. She goes for the pin, but she grabs the bottom rope for some leverage. Ref doesn't see it. And also, Thea Hale's hand was under the bottom rope.
Yeah.
Ref screwed up big time.
No wonder it's an NXT ref.
Yeah. Next was the women's tag team match. Izzy Dame and Tatum Paxley defeating Sol Ruca and Zarya. So I think one of the NXT teams is either going to be one of these teams. Yeah. It's either going to be Izzy Dame and Tatum Paxley or Sol Ruca and Zarya. Maybe Sol Ruca and Zarya because they've been picking up a lot of steam the last few weeks as a tag team. Next was Yoshiki Inumura, which I think I've been pronouncing correctly this whole time.
Really?
I think I've been pronouncing 95% correct.
Hey, that's an A.
And he defeated Jasper Troy to become the number one contender for the NXT title. And I believe that'll be maybe a Great American Bash.
Probably. Because they need to still do a little more building up, I'd say.
So, and then to end the night, Blake Monroe returned to help Jordan Grace battle Fatal Influence.
Blake Monroe.
So I believe Great American Bash, it's going to be Jordan Grace and Blake Monroe versus Fatal Influence. A combination of them.
Solid.
And that's NXT. So lots of build up. So let's look at what we got. We got Saturday night's main event. We got Seth Rollins and Goldberg. Sorry, Gunther and Goldberg.
Seth Rollins and LA Knight.
Seth Rollins and LA Knight. 2 big matches.
Yeah. What is that this Saturday?
No, like I just said, it's a week from this weekend.
Oh yeah.
Great American Bash, Saturday Night's Main Event, Evolution. It's all on the same weekend. So
that's right.
Gonna be a busy weekend.
You're right.
It's okay though. It's fine. You're okay.
Yeah. I mean, what do you think we're going to get on the SmackDown side, do you say? I think we're going to get like a huge SmackDown tag team match.
So, I think there's been reports that we're going to get Drew McIntyre returning.
Ooh.
Because I think they pre-recorded this Friday.
Oh,
because
really?
of July 4th, maybe.
Yeah.
And I guess Drew McIntyre returns.
Ooh.
And it's going to be Drew McIntyre versus Randy Orton. Return of a big rivalry from the pandemic era.
Yeah, maybe they can give it a little more spark since people are actually watching.
Mm-hmm. So, as far as we have right now, it's Gunther versus Goldberg, LA Knight versus Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre versus Randy Orton. Those are the only matches we have official for Saturday Night's Main Event.
I think they should do a whole match with every like SmackDown team going at it.
All versus Wyatt 6.
For Evolution?
What do you mean?
I think we should get that for like...
For Saturday Night's Main Event?
Yeah, and that's what I mean, yeah.
Yeah. I think they should. Or, I mean, they just gave Wyatt 6 a title match.
True. Do you think they'll win it? Wait, did they have that this SmackDown that they pre-recorded, you're saying?
No, they just had it on the last one that we just had. They had the title match because all the tag teams got involved, and I think it ended up in a contest.
That's right. They did do that, yeah.
So, for Evolution, here's the matches we have so far. It's going to be JC Jane versus Jordynne Grace for the NXT Women's title.
Yeah.
Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley for the Women's World title. The Judgment Day for the Women's Tag Team title.
Yeah.
So this says that, and I guess maybe that's because it's already been announced. It was announced for this Friday that was pre-recorded.
Yeah.
That the SmackDown tag team, and we forgot about this, Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair.
Ooh.
Which makes sense because they've been teasing it.
Yeah.
For a while. And then they have 2 more teams, so we need a Raw team and an NXT team. There's obviously going to be a Battle Royal for a Women's World Championship match at Clash in Paris.
Okay.
And then Tiffany Stratton, again, I guess this was maybe made for the pre-recorded one. Tiffany Stratton's going to go one-on-one with Trish Stratus.
Ooh.
For the Women's Championship. All going down.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of weird that we're getting this stuff now, even though it's meant for us to like see it Friday.
Well, things get leaked.
Yeah.
It's hard not to.
I mean, everyone's having their phone out during it, so like...
But, yes, so that's the card for Evolution so far, and for Saturday Night's Main Event.
Solid.
Busy weekend. So...
Stay tuned in.
Yes. Karrion Kross, where do you think he's going next? What would you do with him?
Well,
obviously we're not done with Sami Zayn. You think we'll get another match at Saturday Night's Main Event? We still got one more week to push things and make things.
Well, here's the thing. After we have him done with this rivalry, do you think he's going to go for somebody else, do you think? Like,
who, Karrion Kross?
Yeah, keep doing the mind game stuff he's been doing.
Yeah, so, I don't know. Maybe he moves on to someone else. Maybe it's time for him to move on to a title. I think he deserves a title shot.
With Dominic?
Ooh. Maybe Dom loses it to AJ Styles.
That would make more sense.
Kross goes after Styles.
Because Kross and Styles have already had their little stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I think Styles deserves a title.
Yeah.
He's put a lot of work in.
Yeah, I agree.
Not a lot of work in just in WWE, but with his body, dude. And he's going to be gone soon.
Mm-hmm. He doesn't have a whole lot long left.
And he's still in great shape.
Another guy that doesn't have a whole lot long left, John Cena.
Yeah.
I think they're going to give him a little bit of a break.
Probably.
And it looking like it's going to be Cody. Cody's going to be putting in some work trying to build up that SummerSlam on his own for right now until they have Cena back. But we're going to get the rematch, the WrestleMania rematch. Do you think it's going to be better than the WrestleMania main event?
I hope so.
I feel like it won't take much.
I mean,
these last couple of matches with Cena and PLE's, Randy Orton,
solid.
Shows that he can go.
Solid.
And the tag team match shows that he can go.
Yeah, solid.
And we know Cody Rhodes can go. So we know they can put on a much better match.
Yeah. Hear me out.
I'm listening.
A future opponent for John Cena.
Mm-hmm.
Brock Lesnar.
Oh my gosh. No way.
That would be sick.
No way.
That would be sick. Think about the story they've had together.
It's true. He was Brock Lesnar's first opponent when Lesnar returned in 2012.
Yeah.
The Raw after WrestleMania.
Yeah. Could you see it?
It's possible. I don't know. I just think there's so much
stuff with him.
Yeah, what's the word? Just bad publicity with Brock Lesnar now still. It's funny that we noticed that John Cena right now, we're about halfway already through his retirement tour. He's only really wrestled people that he's had history with. He hasn't wrestled anybody new yet. Do you think his last match is with somebody new?
I hope so.
A lot of people want Braun Breaker.
Yeah, but...
Because Braun Breaker's clearly the future.
Yeah.
Clearly the future.
Yeah.
This guy is going to be an absolute star.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He will carry the business.
Here's the thing. Is there anybody else that we could see rising up that we need?
Oh, there's plenty. I mean, Braun Breaker. There's Bronson Reed.
Yeah.
You got, I'd say, even people in NXT right now, maybe like Ricky Saints, Ethan Page, Trick Williams. Back on the main roster, you got Carmelo Hayes. Who else? I mean, I would love to see John Cena versus LA Knight. Yeah. You got Solo Sikoa, you got Jacob Fatu. I mean, all these guys, clearly, they are the future. They're going to carry this business.
I think Aleister Black deserves something.
Aleister Black, I think we could see.
Yeah.
Uncle Howdy.
That would be a great match, because they already have a little bit of history there. Bray Wyatt.
All these people that we just mentioned, John Cena's not going to be able to get to all of them. We'll be lucky if he gets to 2 of them that we mentioned. Because there's still people like Seth Rollins we want to see him go up against. We want to see John Cena versus Gunther. Would be cool. I'd love to see John Cena versus Jey Uso. I'd love to see him go up against Sheamus one more time.
Yeah.
You know?
AJ
Styles.
Which, by the way, John Cena needs the Intercontinental Championship to become a grand
That's what I'm saying.
champion.
That should be a part of this storyline. Which is why I think he could possibly lose the title at SummerSlam. And then, I would love to see him get, because that's such a big story, is like, the one title that's eluded me my entire career, the Intercontinental Championship.
Yeah.
And then, I would still love to see, imagine him against Dominic Mysterio.
Yeah.
Imagine the work they could do. Heel Dom versus Babyface Cena. The work they could do.
Roman Reigns,
who they've announced, because they put him on the poster, he is being advertised for Survivor Series.
Hey.
So it's looking like he'll be back by at least that point, if not sooner.
Probably going to be on the team against Seth Rollins' group.
Ooh, you think?
Yeah.
Possibly.
Because I'm thinking Seth Rollins' group is going to be a part of Survivor Series. So
they would need some more members.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But we still have time for that.
Yeah.
Time for that to build up.
Absolutely.
Or they could pull off a Bronson Reed or Drew McIntyre or whatever and just have random people.
You think Bronson Reed will do the tsunami off the cell again? And
that'd be sick.
Last time, he freaking broke his foot.
But
shattered it. It was cool. It was so cool. but he shattered his foot.
Maybe he could watch where his legs are going.
He'd have to turn his body a bit more so he doesn't land on his foot.
Because usually he lands on his knees while he does it. If he
Either way, I don't know. That just looks like it hurts so bad. And landing on your knees, even, it's like that's gonna hurt so bad.
That's the definition of do it and you're cool.
Do it and you're cool.
Do it, you're cool.
All right. Anything else you want to say before we get out of here?
I'd say the future is very blurry right now.
Ooh, okay.
There's a lot of possibilities of what we can do right now.
All right, okay. I'm going to make that the name of the episode. The future is blurry.
Okay. Let us know in the comments what you think about anything we said. Let us know if we're being stupid. Let us know if you agree.
Wow.
And
he's stupid.
Let us know what you think of Batman.
Batman,
who carries the show.
He does. People show up for the Batman.
Yeah.
Not sponsored by in any way, shape, or form.
Yep. Is there anything else I can show to that where you keep saying that?
No, I don't think so.
I could show them my Nike socks and then you can say that.
So no one wants to see your feet.
That's
stinky old feet. All right, Magic Tyler, Caysen Smith, and we will see you. And Batman, we will see you.
Yep. Work out. No.
Roxanne. Right, sir.
Right.
And we'll see you
on the next one.